terms of individual performances among those who started the game, I think the standout and Liverpool's official player of the match was Mohamed Salah. Assists the first 2 goals, doesn't get the assist for the third because it's been given as an own goal for Bueno. But that's 4 assists in his first 5 matches now for this season, and he's on course for another big haul in that regard, having previously won the Playmaker award. Do you think it shows just how difficult it's going to be to replace Mohamed Salah, Chris? Because we're talking about someone who's obviously got these, crazy goal numbers, averaging, I think, about 30 a season. But also, the creativity over the last few years has just been consistently excellent from him as well.
I think it's showing me that I made a grave error not having him in my fantasy team. The start of this season, I've got 2 free transfers, and I think I'm going to have to rip up my team and do something. He's returned in every game. And I don't get where the idea that he's suffering some sort of drop off is coming from. I get he might not get the goal numbers this year because he is playing extremely wide, or certainly did today. He played. I've never, even last season, I don't think I've seen him play this far wide as I did today. But it's his intelligence. It's knowing where to play the pass. It's knowing how to play the pass. It's the weight of the pass. Like Robertson, he knows where Robertson's going, but it's how to play that pass so perfectly that Salah can't come out to it, and Robertson can open up his left foot and tuck it into the near post. And we're talking about genuinely one of the most intelligent players in Premier League history. Still arguably one of the most underrated, really. I know I've started to see people saying they'll have Salah in their all-time Premier League 11. And I think he's got more than a case for that if you're just sticking to a 3-4-3-3 and putting him on that right wing. And is this a change of a role for Salah? Possibly, because I'm pretty sure, I know we like our XG, I'm pretty sure I know we had the shot in the first half that led to the Szoboszlai effort, but I'm pretty sure his XG numbers won't have been amazing over the last couple of weeks. I know the goal against Villa was from close range, so that might have spiked it a bit. But I don't think his XG numbers will be quite as high as they will have been in recent seasons. But is that an adaptation of the role? If so, he's playing it really well because he's getting assists, he's getting contributions. And it's a Salah now that, with the Europa League, if this is to be his last year at Liverpool, you'd argue unless Liverpool get to the latter stages of the Europa League, he will be focusing solely on the Premier League and getting Liverpool back into the Champions League. Is that a blessing in disguise? Quite possibly. But again, it's a different kind of Salah. Maybe not the swashbuckling, goal-scoring Salah of old, but it's a Salah that Liverpool fans really, really should be embracing because you're seeing just a master at work.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. He's kind of just like a timeless legend in a way. And you just, almost have to sit back and appreciate, I think, it is the stance you got to take on it. I did just check the XG numbers there while you were talking, Chris, and it was only 0.24 today. So, yeah, in terms of not maybe getting the chances to score, but one thing that Salah's really kind of done in his game is make sure that he finds ways to impact matches without necessarily being that goal threat. Because to be honest, I mean, in the first half, I thought 8-0 already pocketed him to be blunt. But obviously, he had a bit of support maybe from other players, and Wolves do well in that regard. But again, he's got this incredible knack, and I'm watching games and like, God, Salah's struggling here. And then at the end, it's like, oh, he's got 2 goal involvements today. He's got a goal and assist or a couple of assists or whatever. And that's just, he is quite robotic at times.
And he should have had another 1 or 2 against Villa as well, in terms of assists.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking last season about a player who I think was only second to Kevin De Bruyne in the assist charts. And a lot of, for example, a lot of the chances that Darwin Núñez missed, the big chances were created by Mohamed Salah. So really, if his teammates are clinical, the numbers could be stratospheric, I think. I think you had quite a good point as well there, Chris, in terms of like, it's about kind of executing those passes. And I think, sometimes you see these assists from Salah where he's playing a defense splitting ball and it's like, wow, what a pass. And then there's ones today, maybe like the one for Gakpo, for example, where it's like, looks pretty straightforward. But you've got to consider that, like, there's so many ingredients that go into it. You know, there's composure, there's decision making, executing it like you say. And I think if the assists were easy, they'd be a lot easier to come by. And there's a reason that, like, not many players in the Premier League get over 10 assists, but Salah's been able to kind of do that year on year, really. And he's obviously up to 200 Premier League goal involvements now. I think the only player in the history of the competition who's done it quicker is Thierry Henry. So if we're talking about all-time Premier League 11s, then it's pretty much, it's going increasingly difficult to deny him that spot.